You've got the Tower here. That could have happened. That could have been your Tower moment. Or with all of this and you don't see change, a Tower moment once again could be happening of truly ending this cycle. I don't feel it though. I really feel that there's a happily ever after with this connection. I just think that you're really going through it. Hello Libras, welcome to Divine Goddess Tarot. My name is Jessica and this is your weekly zodiac reading. Let's get jumped right in and see what messages are coming forward for you. And as always, I have shuffled and cleared the decks, so they are specifically messages for you. Let's see what the overall messages are for the week. Winter's End, regeneration, rebirth, and positive outcome. All right, and let's see what your higher self or future self has to say about all these energies and what messages. Cunning woman, silent, observant, and wily. So it looks like we've got fall and winter there. Beautiful. And then this is your spiritual support group, which is your guides, your angels, your goddesses, gods, anything in the 5D that supports you on the energetic basis. So I was feeling that one. Yeah, both of them actually. Opening heart and miracles. So deep connections, water blessings, and ancient wisdom. So right there. And then last but not least will be tips and tricks, or just what you need to know for this week to get through these energies, or what to go along with them. So changing your mind. All right. Which is a beautiful thing. Let's define all these messages with tarot to get a clear view on the message. And so what for Libra is the message for this week? Right there, 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, right there, 4 of Pentacles. Right there, Death, 7 of Wands, Ace of Wands, right there, Page of Wands, bottom of the deck, 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands, Ace of Cups, there, Tower, there, 7 of Cups. All right, so let's break it down. Beautiful. There's definitely something coming in for you. I mean, this is positive outcome, winter's end. Something definitely is transpiring in kind of your happily ever after. You've got the 10 of Cups here, which is fulfillment, it's marriage, it's you getting everything you want. And so perhaps you have been going through a really dark time, and really what this week is saying, things are starting to change. Things are really starting to look up. And it's not for, this all was not for naught. Everything happens for a reason, and I really do feel that this is something that is part of the journey for you to connect with your higher self. And so in all of this, there just could be this ending of all this fighting starting to take place. There's just no more turmoil. You know, with all the retrogrades, I know that there's a lot of anxiety and angst, and there has been lots of fighting and a lot of energies. But I'm really feeling that it's timed, that everyone's just going, enough. We're not doing this anymore. But there's not to be any games to be played. The fight is over. I really feel like you're moving into a different time and a different place. And during all of this, you've got the 4 of Pentacles here, which is don't hold on too tight. And then there's a part of all of this with winter's end to also be conservative too. So there's this balance is what I'm hearing, to not overextend yourself, but still put yourself out there. Don't be too reclusive in what you're doing. Now, however, you do have cunning woman, which is silent, observant, and wily. So there is a part of you that is encouraged to be observant at this time. I'm really feeling that there's a situation here, especially with the tower moment, with marriage, and then you've got death. You've got a lot of that like there's the Five of Swords here, Seven of Wands, and then you're moving over into calmer waters. However, there's some things that have to be done, and maybe it's in the future. Maybe you're going to change your mind on some things once things are a little bit clearer. I'm feeling that there could just be, maybe you've gone back to a old relationship to see if it'll work, and you really have hope that it's going to last. And I'm kind of seeing that with this situation, that this energy that I've tapped into, perhaps you are seeing if you can make it, if you can get past the obstacles you had before. And now it is encouraging you to really be observant in this connection and see where it goes. But there is no doubt about it. There has to be a death of an old way of being before there can be a new. And so I'm feeling like maybe there's some observation of whether or not that can happen. And it's not wrong. It's just what it is. And perhaps this relationship is going through a rebirth in its, I mean, that's what relationships do, is sometimes we go through hard times and we have to teach each other how to love each other and do things differently before we can move forward. And with the Seven of Wands here, I'm really hearing that maybe some boundaries were put up, healthy boundaries. This is success. This is, we've got to communicate this. Perhaps this has been going on for a while, and now it's time for something more, for a little bit of a break from all of that turmoil that has been stirred up during these retrogrades. And I see that with the Ace of Wands here, like there's an offering perhaps of a new way of being, a new passion, new spark. And it's going to take time to observe. And there, with the Page of Wands over here with your spiritual support group, it's really saying that there's a new way to look at things and perhaps a new beginning. I really feel that there is a new beginning with this connection. And you've kind of had to go through all of that, and even a death of certain aspects to be reborn and now take off into this new direction. And there is hope for this. I really do feel that. You have a opening of the heart, deep connections, and water blessings. I really feel that your guides are telling you that this connection is very deep. This could even be a twin flame. This is an 11. This is something that I really feel that is a part of your journey for a lot of reasons, for growth, for love. Believe in miracles. There's miracles for ancient wisdom. If you really love this person and this connection, troubled times are not the end of it. It means it's for you. There's so many different advice in the world, and usually our world is always going, well, that's a red flag, and we're all full of red flags. We all have to learn to love. We all have to learn to trust, to respect, to have boundaries, to put up boundaries, to acknowledge boundaries. That's what relationships do. And I feel like perhaps whatever you guys have been going through, it is coming to an end, but it's also coming to a new beginning. And you are, they're both in the boat here. They're going to smoother waters. And it took maybe a coming undone for it to all come together. I really do feel that. And it felt heavy. This feels really heavy. It feels like you guys went through a lot. And perhaps at one time you thought that this was completely over. And perhaps it is. Time will tell. I'm really feeling that to be silent, to watch, to be wily, to observe, Really, the proof is going to be in the pudding, in time. And time either exposes us or promotes us. And so I'm really feeling that this connection, maybe time is deserved. And you know, with changing your mind, you could have changed your mind and come back. In time, you might change your mind and leave. Either way, the Ace of Cups, there's offering of love here. There's offering of feelings and emotions and love and passion, but it's going to take some work. And you've got the Ten of Cups right here under Winter's End. I really feel that at least for this week, there could be a beautiful reprieve of maybe some passion, that you've stopped fighting, you've stopped all this turmoil, and you're going to have a break in all of this really heavy fighting energy. And so this is beautiful. Take the time, refresh, recoup. You know, this could be for you. Well, it always is for you. The death of an old way of being. You've got the Tower here. That could have happened. That could have been your Tower moment. Or with all of this and you don't see change, a Tower moment once again could be happening of truly ending this cycle. I don't feel it though. I really feel that there's a happily ever after with this connection. I just think that you're really going through it. Your dreams are here. With the Seven of Cups, you know, they're all full. They've got a lot of fullness with all the dreams of what you want with this person, and I don't see that letting go of them is what you should do. But to be open to observe the changes, see where this happens. You know, tarot is beautiful lights shining on different morsels of truth for you, for each person in different paths. It's up to us to do the work. It's up to us to if we are having problems in our relationship, to seek a counselor, seek books that assist us in why we show up the way we do. But it is self-examination in our relationships, and that's what romantic relationships do, is they are truly the magnifying glass that we shine on each other, and we are giving each other honest feedback of how we show up. It's just sometimes we don't want to receive the message, and so we must go into you know, if there's no other reason, like if someone hasn't damaged extreme trust or anything like that, but if you have a person that loves you and is truly giving you feedback that you don't want to hear, we have to look at ourselves. And if it's feedback that we've heard over and over again, it's something to look at and see a pattern. Because the person that loves you is going to love you even through all your flaws, or the way, you know, those imperfections of how we've been taught to love, but is going to want to work with us to move into a healthier spot of knowing how to show up for one another. And so sometimes those messages are really hard. This is a lot, and I know this is really deep, and not all messages for some, so make sure to take what resonates. But yeah, this is really beautiful. I really see some potential here of growth, but it's going to take work. So thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising to see the full scope, as well as your Venus, and get all the messages that are here for you this week. Thanks so much for joining me, Libras, and I'll see you next week.